What's going on, everybody? We're back here live here on the OT show. And like I said, we got our special guest all the way from Dubai. Miss Varsha Vinn is joining your boy here on the show. And we got her here right now. How are you feeling? What's going
Hi.
on?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, listen, I think it was my mistake because I think I messed up on the time, right? So I was like an hour back.
Yeah, this happens a lot more than we think it does because I ride with people on the East Coast all the time. They're like, "What time is it?" Like, even if you plan it, sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, it do. So let me go ahead and dive on in because we got to talk. We definitely got to talk. So you are a Indian pop star alternative record artist based out of Dubai, right? You went to Berklee College of Music in Boston, so you was up there in the East Coast a little bit,
I
right?
was. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have some good music. They say very good music, and I know one of them that I definitely love is Reveal Me, where you
Uh,
actually focus around mental health, self confidence, and self reflection. So I want you to go ahead and tell our listeners, everybody who talk to us again, tell us a little bit about yourself.
okay, so you kind of introduced me a little bit, but this is Varsha Vinn. I'm an upcoming pop artist, and I'm from India, based out of Dubai right now. And I've been, writing songs since I was 14 years old. I write a lot about, obviously self confidence, mental health, but also
Uh-huh.
love and, the absurdities of it.
Hmm.
And also kind of like different parts of female energy, like femme fatale and like feeling good about yourself and not feeling so great about yourself as a woman, and also just like growing up as a woman in India, like my experience of it. So yeah, there's so many things that I have to write about, and so I'm just basically trying to tell my story through music, and just hopefully people listen.
Well, I love that. I love that because I know that expressing yourself through music is it's like a relief. Sometimes it's like medicine, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, so tell us how did like what are some of the difficulties
Uh, sorry, I can't
doing
hear.
music?
I kind of lost you for a second there.
Okay.
Yeah, can you repeat
All
it?
right. Yep. I got you. Now. So tell me someone like some of the difficulties of being an independent artist that you had to go through. Um, you know.
Um, so there's like different layers to that, right? So when you're starting out, obviously as an independent artist, you kind of have to do everything by yourself, and that's kind of where I'm at right now as well, a little bit, but not as much. So I think that as an independent artist, as you grow and you get more recognition, there's different layers to the struggle of being an independent artist, because you kind of want to call the shots and you want to stand your ground and you want to own your music. So I think starting out, it was kind of difficult for me because at that point, nobody was really doing what I was doing in India, especially. So
Hmm.
I was kind of just pioneering things and just figuring things out on my own. So whatever I've done so far, it's just been me just experimenting and trying to figure stuff on my own. And, so obviously as an independent artist, I realized that, okay, so I need to up my game because I want to do pop. So that's one of the reasons I decided to go to Berklee, to kind of know what I'm getting into, and also just like hone my craft and know that I need to be at the top of my game to
Uh
be at the
huh.
top of the game. So, and also like as a minority, it's just a lot more steps to get there,
Hmm.
when you're not a minority. So that game has definitely been a challenge, but I feel like I learned so much about myself as an artist and as a person too. So yeah, there's like ups and downs to being an independent artist.
Right. So let's talk about that. Going to Berkeley, how was
Yeah.
that experience? Going to Berkeley College in Boston, and you from India.
Hmm. So that was not my first time in the States. I did do my high school in Colorado Springs. I got a scholarship to do high school. So
Wow.
it was kind of different worlds though, because Colorado and Boston is just two different worlds.
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, obviously, I was a college student when I was in Boston, so that's also worlds apart. Berkeley was incredible. It really challenged me. It kind of shaped me as a musician in every aspect, as opposed to just as a songwriter. Because I have a songwriting degree, but you don't just study songwriting; you study everything, a bit
Hmm.
of everything.
Hmm.
And I feel like that kind of prepared me for what's to come, which is real life and real world in the real music industry, which is something that you have to navigate by yourself. No school can teach you that.
Right.
But what Berkeley did help me with was giving me the tools to be at the top of my game, so I can know what I'm doing and be
Hmm.
aware of everything, the business side of things and the artist side of things, the royalty side of things. So everything, just to know all of that. Um, I absolutely loved Boston so much. I think Boston is one of my favorite places just because it's so low key and chill, and it's not, crowded like New York, but it still has all the benefits of being on the East Coast. And
Right.
college town, I met some of my best friends there. I loved, I mean, I did not love the winters, but I loved the beginning of the winters.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So yeah, it was really was an amazing experience for me to be at Berkeley. I feel really fortunate that I was even able to go and learn and be amongst such incredible musicians.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good. Boston is a nice place. You know,
Yeah, it is. It's very cool.
especially during the wintertime. Like, I'm
Old though.
surprised.
What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it is like kind of old, but during the wintertime, like, I'm surprised that you don't like the wintertime.
I'm
Boston.
surprised that people don't die because my first year at Berkeley, that was supposedly like one of the worst winters, and I'm like, great, there we go. Because
Uh,
like, you know, I was freezing all the time. Like I couldn't even breathe without like there were icicles in my nose. I feel like
what?
this is a lot of information, but it's true. There's just way too many icicles all over my body. I'm like, this is not, what is this? What is this sensation? So it was really funny. Where are you from, though?
I'm actually from Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia.
Okay, okay, got
Yeah,
it. My
yeah,
best
yeah,
friend is in Philly, so it's kind of the same. It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
so yeah.
yeah. So okay, so now that you are at Dubai, when did you travel to Dubai, and when did you become a resident?
I moved to Dubai 2.5 years ago. It happened out of the blue. I did not expect to move here. I did not expect my life to change like this, because I always thought that I would end up in the States.
Uh huh.
Um, but obviously the visa processing and just it's just really hard. It's impossible. It's so expensive, and I was like, okay, well, and also the market is so saturated to a point where like, okay, it's a struggle to even be recognized. You have to pay to be on the stage as an artist. So I was trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to make a difference and like try to bring my music to the world? And so Dubai just happened really out of the blue. I was working with a producer who was based in Dubai. So we
Hmm.
were working remotely for a while. I was working with his clients, and then he was like, "Why don't you check out Dubai?" I'm like, "Really?" But no, but when I did come here, I was blown away by how much potential was here,
Uh
how
huh.
many artists are here, and like how many opportunities. It's fresh, it's new land, and they are looking for they're looking for that. So I feel like the way that my art has been recognized here has been incredible, and um, yeah, it's a different world for sure. And
Hmm.
I've just been in so many parts of the world that I feel like every part is just gives me culture shock at this point.
Right.
um,
Right. Right.
so it's good. It's a good mix of the East and the West, which is perfect for me because I feel like I belong to both at this point. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So tell me now, since you've been in Dubai for 2.5 years. Okay, what are some of the things that being an independent artist, even though like I'm sitting there and I'm looking at your streams, like you got over 600,000 streams, like like
Yeah.
tell me tell me some of the things that you go through, because I know, like you said, like you deal with a lot of self confidence, and you deal with a lot of mental in your music. So give our listeners and people who watching um, something about that, especially reveal me. Like I'm still on that song that I love.
That song is so old, though. I love that. Like,
I know. It's like 2 years. What, like two and a half years
yeah,
ago?
I
Yeah.
released it when I moved to Dubai, so it was like fresh, and I think it was one of those songs that kind of set the tone for my pop music. And
Hmm.
starting from there, it was just kind of like, okay, back to back, just release and ride, and I knew
Right.
what my sound was. So yeah,
Wow. Because I'm going to tell you something. You know, me listening to your music, it, it it actually gives me a good, how can I say it, a good feeling about it. Like when I'm listening to you sing, I'm like, yeah, you know what, I feel on that one. Yeah, I
I'm so
understand.
happy for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's the kind of music that you're bringing, and those kind of music is to me, the artist is giving their soul. Like,
Yeah.
listen to me, listen. We are human, and I'm going through this too, right? So
Right.
tell me, have you ever faced a situation where it's like you feel like you don't fit in somewhere or
All the
anything?
time, all the time.
Really?
That
Wow.
I think that not everybody knows this about me, but like I feel like I'm just a lot more open about it now. But I feel like just because I've grown up
Hmm.
literally in different phases of my life. So I grew up in my adolescent years in India, and then my teenage years in the States, and then like my adulthood is kind of in Dubai. So I feel like I almost all the time I feel like such an old soul because I'm just always lost in my thoughts, or I'm just always thinking, why? What is the purpose of this everything? Like, so I feel like in that sense, it's really hard for me to find my place, and that's okay. For the longest time, I always beat myself up for the fact that I don't fit in, and I still feel that all the time. And I wonder why I'm not a part of something, or like part of this or that. And then I think about the fact that when you are a little different, it's okay to not be around people who won't accept that, or not okay with. Or I think it would be more about not aware of that.
Hmm.
And so obviously, like, I want to surround myself with people who can resonate with my experiences, who've been through something similar. And not to say that I'm not open to other things, but I feel like it's hard for people to really understand me unless they really, really know me.
Hmm.
But I think one of the biggest things I've learned this year is that it's okay to not fit in. I wasn't born to fit in. God didn't make me to fit in, and that's okay. I'm
Yep.
here to not fit in, and because a lot of people don't fit in, and just help be that
Hmm.
voice in any form, to say that it's okay.
Listen, I don't fit in a lot of places either, right? So this is what I tell people: you should be happy that I'm in your presence. That's just how I am. You know,
That's pretty good. I wish I could say, you know what? Hopefully someday I'll be able to say that.
yeah, yeah,
Without, I think I can say that to my friends. Like, I mean, I do jokingly, but
yeah,
I think it takes an
yes.
awful lot of confidence to be able to say that and to know that. Um,
Hmm.
Hopefully I'll get there someday.
Yeah, because I'll say this, just like you said, you don't gotta fit in everywhere, right?
Mhm.
But the people who love you and the people who see you, they want to be in your world, right? Not everybody can't be in your world, but they want
Yeah,
to be in your world, and
yeah,
and that's the enjoyment of having certain people in your world. Like, yo, you understand me, right? They like, yeah, I understand you. Like, yeah, I know you do. You know what I mean? So that's that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And you
mhm,
absolutely right when you said that, sometimes, you know what I mean, you're not meant to be pitting around certain people or fit into what they do. Cause
yeah. It's
you
not
should.
always easy, though. It's not always easy to
Mhm.
know that some days are just you don't want to not fit in. You want to fit in some days, but I think in the bigger picture,
Mhm.
it's good. It's
Right.
okay because then you really start to listen to your inner voice, which is I think which is why we're all here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it 100%. So let's talk about you are going to be doing your first studio album. What can the fans and our listeners get from this right here? Like, give us a little bit of detail. You don't gotta give us all, but give us a
Yeah,
little sneak
I kind of
peek.
want to keep it like in the hush hush because I'm just in the process of working on it, but I'll definitely talk a little about it. I've been putting this album together for 4 years now,
Okay.
2016, so 5 years actually. Since I
Okay.
started to write this album, I knew
Hmm.
the title of the album in 2016,
Oh
and I've been
wow.
this. Yeah, I've been writing this since 2016, putting all the pieces together. And I think that's kind of when I started to figure out what my sound was going to be like
Hmm.
as an artist, like what I wanted to say and the things I wanted to, the sounds I wanted, the little production qualities that I wanted. So yeah, it's been 5 years in the making, and it's gonna be around the themes. It's gonna have different themes, but I think
Hmm.
the main theme is different parts, different phases of being a woman.
Hmm.
And so it's going to have the sad and happy and confused and lost and confident and sad again and lost again and then really confident again and finding yourself. And then
Uh-huh.
so obviously I would talk about some of my mental health journeys in it. And but before the album too, I'm going to drop a few singles around that theme. So
Okay.
the album is definitely, it's not just about me. I think it's understanding the female energy or power to know.
Hmm.
So I think it's basically about there's no good girl, there's no bad girl, there's no sad girl. It's just, it's a woman, and
Right.
they're everything and incredible. And I think for me it was important writing that because I have so many like incredible women around me. My mom was a single
Hmm.
mom, raised me by herself, and I've seen so many
Wow.
phases of her. She's the strongest woman I know, but
Uh-huh.
she's also the most emotional. And so seeing her and then learning from her, it was like, oh my god, like this is the most beautiful creation, and I need to write about it. So yeah, I'm really excited because it's gonna be very, very different from anything people have heard from me. So.
Well, listen, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to go on that journey with you through the music. I can't. I cannot wait. So I know. Like, okay. So tell me, what is the actual time in Dubai right now?
7:19 p.m.
7:19. So I was an hour off.
Yeah. And I was kind of like, I just got out and I was back and I was like, no, not yet. I'm not ready yet.
So like I told the listener, I was like, I think it's my fault because I think I am off. So someone had made a comment like, yeah, you are, because it's like 6:25 in Dubai. And I'm like, oh man, yeah, I'm like way off. I'm like a half an hour off. Okay, no problem. You know what? I admit OT is wrong on this one. I am off. So, but I thank you. I thank you for actually joining me here on the show. I appreciate you 100%. I can't wait to go on this journey with you.
Thank you.
When you
Me
bring out your
too.
singles and everything else. So tell everybody where to find you at on the IGs and on websites and stuff like that.
Just Varsha Vinn. That's just my name everywhere. So it's Varsha Vinn with two N's and IG in TikTok now.
What?
Kind of new to it. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
on TikTok as well. I do TikTok. Yeah, having fun with it. I feel like a lot of like kids are on there, and I'm like, hey, y'all.
what?
Um, and my website is varshavin.com. It's kind of a cool place to like just find all of my stuff. But you can also find me on this website called Omniat, which is really
Mhm.
cool. Which is like for artists in in the Middle East, and it's such a cool compilation for artists. You can see all my new works and articles, and just all in one space. So you just type my name, and you'll find a bunch of links to my music.
Oh, well, definitely. I appreciate you. I appreciate you 100%. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
joining me. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I actually learned about you through a good friend of mine who's actually over there. Probably a friend of
Virgo.
yours too. Yep. And we are right there.
I'm glad that he was following you, and I just done the podcast with him, and he is literally the most, honestly, the most amazing person I've met in Dubai so far. I
Yeah.
met him once, and
Uh-huh.
obviously hopped in a Zoom call after because of audio swim.
Hmm.
But heart of gold. I mean,
Yes.
just the most incredible person, and I really like miss meeting people like that here. So, yeah, really
Yeah.
sweet person, just so helpful. Yeah,
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
yeah.
Yes, he is. So, give him give
That's
him
right.
a
He's
shout
from
out.
Philly too, right? He's from
Yes, he
Philadelphia,
is. Yes, he
right?
is. We actually, you ready for it? We actually grew up together.
Oh,
His older
sweet.
brother is one of my best friends, and he
Okay,
was the younger one. So yeah, he doing
that
some
was
major
great.
things up there, and he told me to check you out. So here I
Yes,
am. I told
thank
you.
you so much.
Here I am.
Appreciate
No, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know what I mean. So make sure you keep in touch with us. Keep in touch with
absolutely.
it. All the stuff
Yep.
that you're doing, definitely keep in touch with us. We're
Yes.
going to be following you, which we already are, but we're going to be
Yes, we are.
keeping you in our hands and coding you very tight to make sure everything is going part of our family. So once you're part of our family, anything you need,
So sweet.
promotion,
Thank you
marketing,
so much.
we here. Okay. All right. So give our listeners one more time. What's your IG?
Oh, it's Varsha Vinn. So it's Varsha, like Marsha, but with a V. That's kind of how I used to tell it to my friends in the States. It's just Marsha, but with a V. And it's Varsha and then VINN, Varsha Vinn. And that's just my name everywhere. It doesn't change. It's the same. There's nobody else with my name, so
Yep.
it's
Yep.
that.
You are the only one. You are the only
it's,
one.
it's the only
Well, look, I appreciate you once again. Like I said, your music is phenomenal.
Thank you
So,
so much. Thank you.
keep on writing that kind of music, please.
Okay.
Please, I
I'm
definitely appreciate
trying.
you.
I'm
So,
trying. But yeah.
listen, we'll be keeping in contact. I definitely keep in contact with you to see how
Okay.
everything is going. We appreciate you. And say, OT, you the one who messed up. Yes, I am the one who messed up the time. So it's all on me. But look, enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. And enjoy the rest of the day. Yeah, rest of
Yes.
your day. Yeah. I think it's just
Yeah.
starting out today. Yeah.
Yeah.
New day.
Yeah. We are
Happy
just starting out.
weekend.
Thank you. So yeah, it's 11:30 our time. So it's
Mhm.
11:24 our time. So
Yeah.
yeah. So listen, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy,
Thank you.
enjoy.
Thank you so
And
much for having me. Thank
oh,
you.
listen, thank you for joining us. Thank you. We appreciate you. So we got to talk again. Talk again. So when you drop your album,
Yep.
come back and holler at us, and we
I
got you right
will do
here.
that. I will do
Okay.
that.
All right. Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. See you later. Oh,
Yeah.
listen, yo, I appreciate her joining your boy OT here on the show. Appreciate it so much, all the way from Dubai. Hey, y'all make sure y'all check out Varsha Vinn. Yep, with the V. Make sure y'all check it out. But listen, we'll be back here live here on the show at 7:15 with my man Gary Robinson. Will be joining your boy here on the show. Producer, director, comedian. Yes, he'll be joining your boy OT here on the show at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time here on the OT show. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all be good. I will see y'all tonight back here on the show. And we out of here. Peace.